This is Lesson Quiz 7-2, Percent Proportion. The tires on a monster truck weigh approximately 3,600 pounds. The entire truck weighs about 11,000 pounds. Write the ratio of tire weight to total weight as a fraction. Tire weight to total weight as a fraction. That would be 3,600 to 11,000. Use a calculator to write the fractions as decimal to the nearest hundredth. Well, if I take a calculator and I divide 3,600 by 11,000, I get this decimal, 0.327, and continuing in a like manner. To round that to the nearest hundredth, I would look at the 2. The 7 tells me to round that up, so this rounds to 33 hundredths, which would then become 33%, because I'm going to move my decimal point 2 places to the right. So 33% of the truck's weight is the tires. In a percent proportion, one ratio or fraction compares part of a quantity to the whole quantity, also called the base. The other ratio is the equivalent percent written as a fraction with a denominator of 100. When given 2 of these 3 pieces of information, part, whole, or percent, you can use the proportion to find the missing information. In example 1, find the percent. What percent of $15 is $9? Let n percent represent the percent. Part to whole, I have the part, I have the whole, I'm missing the percent. So this is my proportion. 9 over 15 equals n over 100. I do cross products. I get 900 from this cross product, 15n from that cross product. To simplify then, I divide both sides of the equation by 15, and I find that $9 is 60% of 15. In example A, using the same find the percent proportion. What percent of 25 is 20? So I'm going to write this as 20 over 25. Again, I'm missing the percent. This part of the proportion is always 100. So my cross products are 20 times 100, which is 2,000, and 25 times n, which is 25n. To solve the equation, I divide both sides of the equation by 25, and I find that n equals 80%. So 20 is 80% of 25. In my second example, it says $12.75 is what percent, or $12.75 is what percent of $50? So again, it's $12.75 over 50 equals n over 100. Cross products would be 1,275, these two cross products, equals 50n. To solve, I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 50. And my result is 25.5, which would be percent, equals n. So 1275 is 25.5% of 50. What percent, or what number is 40% of 120? In this case, P represents the percent. So now I'm looking for the part. I know the whole. I know the percent. So my proportion looks like this. P over 120 equals n over, or 400 over, one more time, 40 over 100. Cross products are P times 100 equals 120 times 40. 100P equals 4,800. Divide both sides of the equation by 100. So 48 is 40% of 120. Example C, what number is 5% of 60? So P is my variable again. Over 60 equals 5 over 100. Cross products. 300, 60 times 5 equals 100p. Divide both sides of your equation by 100. So P equals 3. So 3 is 5% of 60. In example D, 12% of 85 is what number? So again, P over 85 equals 12 over 100. My cross products are 12 times 85, which is 1020, equals 100p. Divide both sides of my equation by 100. And my answer is P equals 10.2. So 10.2 is 12% of 85. Using the find the part proportion. Find the whole. 18 is 25% of what number? So W represents the whole, the bottom number in the left-hand side of the proportion. So 18 over W equals 25 over 100. Cross products. 1800 equals 25W. Divide both sides of the equation by 25. So W equals 72. So 18 is 25% of 72. In example E, 40% of what number is 26? So 26 on the top, W on the bottom, 40 on the top, 100 on the bottom. Cross products are 40W equals 2,600. Divide both sides of my equation by 40. And my whole then equals 65. So 26 is 40% of 65. In my second example, 80 is 75% of what number? So 80 over W equals 75 over 100. Cross products. 75W equals 8,000. Divide both sides of my equation by 75. W equals 106.666 ... It says up here round to the nearest tenth. So this would be, W would equal 106.7. So 80 is 75% of 106.7. In example 4, the average adult male western lowland gorilla eats 33.5 pounds of fruit each day. How much food does the average adult gorilla eat each day? You know that 33.5 pounds of fruit is 67% of the total amount eaten daily. So the problem asks 33.5 is 67% of what number? So this is, you're looking for the whole. You know the part, you know the percent, you're looking for the whole. Cross products then again are 67W equals 3,350. Divide both sides by 67 and W equals 50. So in my example, if 200 of the 550 reptiles in the zoo are on display, what percent of the reptiles are on display? So I'm going to do 200 over 550. I'm looking for the percent this time, so I'm back to this proportion, n over 100. So 550 n equals 20,000. Divide both sides of the equation by 550. And n then equals 36.3636 dot dot dot. Again, it says round to the nearest whole number this time, so n is going to round to 36. And in this case, the answer is percent. So 36% of the reptiles are on display. Types of percent problems. You can find the percent, you can find the number, which is the part, or you can find the whole. Percent, the n is in this position, the part, the p is in this position, the whole, the w is in this position. Notice that the 100 always stays the same. So you could write it like this: p part over whole equals percent over 100. That is your percent proportion. Example number 1, what percent of 50 is 18? So we're going to write that like this. 18 over 50 equals n over 100. Our cross products are 50n equals 1800. Divide both sides of my equation by 50. N equals 36, in this case, percent. Example 2. What percent of $90 is 9? So this time I know, again, 9 over 90 equals n over 100. My cross products are 90n equals 900. Divide both sides of my equation by 90. So n equals 10%. Example 3. What number is 2% of 35? So this time I've got p up here, 35 here, 2 here, 100 here. So it's 100p equals 70. Divide both sides of my equation by 100. P equals 0.7. So 0.7 is 2% of 35. Number 4 says, what number is 25% of 180? So I'm looking for P again. 180 goes here. 25 goes here. 100 goes here. So it's 100p equals 2,500. Actually, I did this wrong, didn't I? This is 180, so it's 180. Over here is 180p equals 2,500. Divide both sides of my equation by 180, and I find that p equals 13.888. Continues on. It says round to the nearest tenth, so p equals 13.9. So 13.9 is 25% of 180. Number 5. 9 is 12% of what number? So 9 goes here, W goes here, 12 goes here, 100 goes here. So 12W equals 900. Divide both sides of the equation by 12. W equals 75. Number 6. 62 is 90.5% of what number? So 62 goes here, W goes here, 90.5 over 100 here. So 90.5 W equals 6,200. Divide both sides of my equation by 90.5. And W then equals 68.508, which rounds to the nearest tenth as 68.5. And my last one, number 7. It says if a box of brand A cereal contains 10 cups of cereal, how many more cups of cereal are in a box of brand B? So I don't know how much are in B. I know that there are 10 in A, and I know that's 30% of 100. So my cross products are 100P equals 300. Divide both sides of my equation by 100, and P equals 3. So there's 3 more cups in box B. The vocabulary in this lesson is percent proportion, and this is located on page 350 in the book. And it means compares part of a quantity to the whole quantity using a percent. This should be in your notable. At this point, you should quit the video, log on to Naiku, www.naiku.net, and log in using your student number as your login, your student number combined with your last name as your password, and take Lesson Quiz 7-2.